and saying, hey, like I've got a food truck. Do you ever want them here?
What was the sales pitch like?
Do you want food here?
Yeah.
That's pretty much it. Like there's not too much to it, like usually people are pretty receptive to having a food truck.
Yeah.
Like everyone wants food at their work.
It's a simple concept.
Exactly. So you don't have to reinvent the wheel. Just do you want food here or not?
Yeah.
Welcome to the Gulf Coast. Welcome to the Gulf Coast. Welcome to the Gulf Coast.
Welcome, guys, to the Gulf Coast Music Podcast. Today's new wave. Tyler Barnes from the Vibe Food Truck.
Good to be here.
The Vibe.2023.
Yep.
Why is that?
It's the dot vibe.
Right.
Yeah, the dot vibe 2023. That was just because all the other vibes were taken.
Yeah.
And 2023 was the year I started my food truck.
Freshman year of college, we started my friend's room, we just nicknamed it the Vibe Zone.
Okay.
Really lame, but that's probably why it was taken.
Yeah, right?
We took the name. But yeah, that's when you started.
Yeah, 2023 is when I founded the company and bought the food truck.
Why did you, how did you conceptualize it? What brought you into it?
Well, I went with the Vibe just because it was a term in common usage, and I wanted everyone, whenever they said it, to say, they'd be speaking my food truck's name.
Yes. Very good. Very good. That's with Gulf Coast music. Waves is a popular term with music, and Gulf Coast has the obviously ocean. Like people say, oh, he's next up, he's the next wave, and I think it's a similar proposition. You choose a mainstream
the
word.
logo is the mustache and the aviators.
Yeah.
Because I used to work for.
You pull it off.
Thank you. Yeah, I was working for Gulf Shores Beach Rescue at the time.
Right.
And everyone knew me as the lifeguard with the aviators and the mustache. So I figured it'd be my face with the Vibe.
Yes. Who's the actor from Top Gun?
Goose.
Right.
Yep, I get that all the time.
Yes. Very good. Very good. So tell me what's it like in a food truck? What's the cuisine aesthetic?
So I try to do really fast, handy food that you can get in, get out with really pretty quick.
Yeah.
So pretty much I stick to sliders, wraps, and tacos.
One thing. Okay. This will be okay. Sliders, wraps, and tacos.
Yep.
Okay. Well, why are those the three genres?
Well, I mean, I have a lot of different variations of each one, obviously. I want something that people to walk around with and carry really easy.
Handheld.
You don't want to be eating with a fork if there's no place to sit.
Right. For sure. Where do sliders, wraps, and tacos, I guess, are they on the cheaper side of things in terms of buying product, like compared to?
Yeah, they're the food costs. You try to keep your food costs somewhere between 20 to 40%. And so it's kind of at the lower end, which is good.
Right. For sure. And how much of that plays into your buying product, like the taste versus cost? How do you weigh those?
That's a good question. Yeah, so I kind of like to weigh it with with how much you're getting, what the customer satisfaction is, and measure it against like how much time and what the cost is. Because some things it might be like a smidge or a hair better, but it throws off my profit margin or takes too much time to prepare. So it just isn't feasible for things like that.
Yeah, like it takes 30 extra seconds to squeeze a lime, but that 30 extra seconds they might leave and
exactly, or
find another line.
And then you have to stick with, you always want to have the quality. I try to get quality over time because if people wait a little bit longer for food that's good, but if you turn out food that's bad, they won't care if it was fast.
Right. If it takes longer, it better be good.
Exactly, yeah.
Gotcha. How many items are on the menu?
About 15.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
And it's all variations of sliders and wraps?
Pretty much, there's loaded tots, loaded fries, stuff like that I can still get out. And then there's the ice cream, which doesn't take any prep time. So I just have that there for like a little extra snack, little things people can get out for quick, really easy.
Right. Cool. What are some good practices to maintain quality product?
One, maintain a clean workstation.
Right.
Make sure your food temperatures are always like within the time limits and the temperature limits,
Yes.
and then just
What do you check your chicken at?
165.
165. Gotcha. Yeah.
Hope that's right.
That's good. No. Yeah, that's I've been checking at like 160, so I
Yeah.
guess I'm playing the game. But
And then what was the question again?
just like how do you maintain good product quality?
Oh yeah, and then main thing is just you have to think clearly when you're slammed, because you'll be slammed and you'll have a
Shoot.
big line and you
Right.
start to, if you don't think about it, you start rushing and then you start forgetting ingredients.
Right.
And so you just have to be calm, take a breath, and just do one item at a time and keep making it.
What are some events that really slam you?
The Duke game was huge for me. Yeah, the Duke game back in January, one of the best nights was at the brewery in Fairhope.
Damn.
That was just happening to be one of the
Like,
busiest nights.
Right. And that's what's that? It was basketball.
The Duke, it was football. Yeah, it was because that local guy was playing quarterback that night or something.
Oh, okay. Oh, Duke came to town.
No, they were just on the game on TV.
Oh, okay, gotcha.
Yeah, but then the local boy was playing, so everybody was at the
Gotcha.
brewery watching, and so
Yeah.
I was slammed that night.
Wow.
They
Yeah,
do a lot of live music shows and stuff like that.
yeah. That's what I would think as well. Do you change up? Have you ever changed up your cuisine to fit a certain vibe?
I haven't yet, just because I haven't had a need to. I know some people like the Mushroom Festival wanted me to do something once, but I just don't have any mushroom stuff on the menu, and that's kind of something they want you to do. So
Do mushrooms just like add an extra expense that isn't necessary? You think?
it's just kind of you have to figure out how to make a mushroom into a burger or something, and I've just never done that.
Yeah. It's kind of the secondary option. I've been
Yeah.
trying to cook with mushrooms as well recently, and it's not an essential ingredient. And then you got to saute it and all that stuff. You got to break it down. Burger just got them. Is it just you on the staff?
I have a couple part-time helpers, and that's one thing that's pretty hard with a food truck is not having someone consistently help you, because you have to always have a couple people trained, and then
Yes.
they've got their lives, and it's not a full-time gig,
Right.
so stuff gets in the way.
Yeah. Yeah. That's you mentioned prior to this about working on your social media game, and it's definitely for a portable operation. It would definitely be helpful. Yeah, having some younger cats with you that would operate that would be essential, I think. Have you ever slept in the food truck?
No, I've never had to sleep in the food truck.
Yeah.
I'm not that broke yet.
Yeah. Well, I think if you're driving around visiting another land, it would be cool to or financially more feasible to just rock out with the food truck and sleep in between some peppers or something.
Yeah.
Music feeds the soul, but food feeds the future. Right here on the Gulf Coast, thousands of families don't know where their next meal is coming from. Feeding the Gulf Coast is changing that tune one meal at a time. Imagine this. For every $1, you can provide up to 5 meals. That's like turning a quiet solo into a full-blown jam session of hope for someone in need. Let's turn the volume up on kindness and down on hunger. Visit feedingthegulfcoast.org to donate today, because together we can make sure no one goes hungry on or off the stage. Feeding the Gulf Coast, because every community deserves an encore. Whoa. Don't let the dogs out. The City of Mobile Animal Shelter has many loving pets ready for a nice home. Whether you're looking for a dog like Snoop or a cat like Doja, the City of Mobile Animal Shelter is where you can find your next friendly companion. They're located at 855 Owen Street, and you can stop by anytime between 10 a.m. to 4 p.m. We all need a little bow wow in our lives. Call 251-208-2800 because the City of Mobile Animal Shelter has you covered. That's 251-208-2800. Roof. Let's see. What are some innovative practices that you've stumbled upon since 2023 that have helped the food truck streamline the process, maybe?
Definitely just having multiple forms of ability to take money. You can't just have Square, so you got to have the Cash App. You got to have a system
True.
that can handle Venmo, because the Apple Pay. So you got to have something that handles everything.
Yes.
And everybody has a different app, it seems like.
Yes. For sure. That definitely makes sense. Yeah, you don't know what's going to be coming next. There might be sign language.
Exactly. Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm not taking IOUs yet, so
Right, but I'll take an eyebrows
yeah.
raised. No, that's good. Let's see. Damn, I had a question that slipped my mind. Let me. Sorry. This, I got lost in the sauce.
And then
Got
so
lost in the sauce for a second.
well, to kind of help you. So I learned how I like cooking as a firefighter.
Yeah.
So that's kind of
Let's broach the
yeah.
subject.
If you want to get into that,
Yeah. And then also we can tap into some Iraqi.
yeah.
Yes. Firefighter or Iraq.
The Iraq thing didn't really. It gave me some skills as far as like the business mindset, just
Right.
being able to like think clearly. But really, like firefighting is where like I learned I like to cook and like to do that type of stuff.
Did you pick up more cuisine from Iraq, the Middle Eastern world, or from grilling with the fires and firefighting?
It's definitely the firefighting. Like you don't really get a chance to get off base and just enjoy culture in Iraq.
Right.
So it's a very limited experience.
Yes.
But when you're like a firefighter, you have to cook. It's your turn to cook, and if it's not good, they will tell you.
Yeah.
It ended up being that was my favorite part of being a firefighter was the dinner time.
Yeah.
Everyone just hangs out, tells stories about different fires they're on. So it's like you're having dinner with your best friends every night.
Make you slide down the firefighter pole in a timeout or something.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, how does that go? The firefighter pole, like
They don't have a lot of firefighter poles anymore.
really?
Yeah, safety hazard. Too many people have fell down, I guess.
Damn, HIPAA.
Yeah, right.
Ridiculous.
And plus, I was in California at the time, so I was mainly like a wildland firefighter.
Yeah. Gosh, man, society's becoming so soft.
Right.
Getting rid of the firefighting pole. They're probably just sending emails to each other to turn off the fires. But yeah, California.
Yeah. I moved out here in 2021.
See, there's a lot of vibiness in California as well. So
Exactly.
That now draws some connections. I imagine there are more fires in California as well.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I kind of I got injured in Iraq, so I kind of couldn't be a firefighter anymore, and so
Iraq was post firefighting.
pre firefighter, but just kind of like
The build up,
the injury kept getting worse, and so I kind
flames
of
kept getting added to the fire.
yeah, exactly. You're constantly hiking up and down hills,
Gotcha.
carrying heavy hose packs and stuff like that, and just beating up your knees, beating your back. And
Gotcha.
I got injured over there, so it just kind of got to the point where I was like, man, I can't do it anymore.
Yeah. What works better, water for spicy foods or water for fires?
Probably water for fires. I think you probably want to stick with like milk for a spicy food.
Yeah. Well, what's the spiciest option on the menu?
It would probably be the loaded to fries or toss. I put like a Cajun sauce on there.
Oh, Cajun. Yeah. Is there much spiciness in California?
Oh yeah,
Really?
yeah. To me, like I like spicy food, so yeah. Well, I get a lot of people that come up and say, like, "Is it spicy?"
Red hot
Like,
chili peppers.
Exactly. People are like, "Oh, is it spicy?" And I'm like, "Not to me," but
Yeah. Right. Is that something that you just develop over time, the spicy taste buds?
I think you're born with it. And
You're
maybe
born with it, aren't
I think
you?
you change.
See, that's what I'm saying. Because, like, at this point, I should have been. I'm from Louisiana. I've tried things, and people always say, "You're from Louisiana," and
I'm surprised, man. You have to give up your Louisiana card.
exactly. It's a tough day.
Yeah.
It's a tough day, but today the Reaper has spoken. Damn, dude. So how long were you firefighting in Cali?
From let me see here, 2013 to about I did a part time after that till about 21. Yeah, 2021.
8 years.
Yeah.
Do you think any of that kind of, I guess, the fast pacedness of it inspired the food
actually,
truck?
yeah. Well, it's like you have to be able to think clearly, like when
Yeah.
everything's falling apart. And I've had people on the food truck, and they just fall apart. You know,
But you're used to like finding the hose,
Exactly, you
finding
have
the
to,
fire
like-
extinguisher.
like just focus on one thing at a time.
Right.
Don't get overwhelmed when you've got 10 orders up.
Yeah.
And you're on one, and you just still have a line. You just have to kind of think clearly and be like, all right, I need this ingredient,
Right.
I need this one.
Do you think you're a multitasker, or you think you can just shuffle ideas well?
I just focus. Like I'm good at tuning everything out and not getting overwhelmed and just being like, okay, that stuff's not important right
Right.
now. I just need to get these items done quick, and then move on to the next ticket. Move on to the next ticket.
Man, what are there any moments that you've had where like you've kind of felt like Superman in those moments?
Yeah, at the end of like a busy night when like all my food is
It's
sold
like
out.
put that mustache on.
Yeah, when that I have to earn this, you know.
Yeah.
Yeah, like when I sell out of everything for the night, it's a good feeling.
Oh yeah, for sure, for sure. Gosh, man, what's like a typical profit for a night as a food truck owner?
Typically, I'm looking because I'm a smaller food
Yes.
truck. So since I have a smaller workspace, it kind of means can store less food and bring less food.
Yeah,
So typically, I'm like 500 to 600 a day.
that's good, man.
Yeah, it's pretty good. I mean, it's the easiest money I made for. I'll usually be running for about 5 hours is usually what I run for.
Right,
So typically, I can usually expect to make between 100 to 200 an hour.
right. Do you ever have to pay like a parking ticket or anything?
I've never had
afterwards?
to pay a parking ticket.
Yeah, that would suck.
Yeah, I mean, it's pretty easy. You know where you can park already because Alabama's a little bit behind on the food truck thing. So you have
Why is
to.
that, do you think?
I think it's just because it's still kind of new here.
Yeah,
So a lot of the rules aren't really, up. They're very restrictive as far as like you have to know where you're going to go. You
Right.
can't just like park anywhere.
right,
You have to get permission from people and then be in compliance with all the city, and
right.
they want to know where you're going to be all the time. So
Can't do none of that Cali vegan shit.
exactly, yeah, you can't just pull up to a place and see people and start serving.
Do you see Mobile as kind of a progressive in the food world?
I think so. I think they're a little bit. It's just a little bit bigger city, so I think there's just more acceptance or adventureness. I guess adventure is the word I
Right.
want to try it.
Yeah, yeah.
Definitely.
Mushroom burgers.
Yeah, exactly. Mushroom
Right.
burgers. Not everyone is about like trying new foods.
Right. For sure. Um, Hey, fighters, listen up. Are you tired of feeling like your conditioning holds you back in competition? It's time to bridge the gap between theory and real performance. At Dexter's Fitness Center, we're launching a combat sports strength and conditioning program designed for boxers, kickboxers, MMA fighters, and combat athletes who want to get faster, stronger, and more flexible while building the endurance to go the distance. No more outdated workouts, no more burnout. This program is built to enhance your skill work, prevent injuries, and maximize your potential without wasting your time or overwhelming your body. Training starts August 12th at Dexter's Fitness Center, 1900 Government Street, Mobile, Alabama. Sessions are Tuesdays and Thursdays from 6:30 p.m. to 7:30 p.m. and Saturdays from 11:30 a.m. to 12:30 p.m. If you're ready to step into every fight confident, prepared, and in peak condition, call 251-709-2654 or email contact@dextersfitnesscenter.com today. Let's build the fighter you're meant to be. Woo! Mobile, y'all ready? Saturday, August 23rd, downtown Mobile is about to be on 1000. It's a dope-ass show 11. The coast's favorite dynamic duo, Beeman and Timo G, are back to shut it down, featuring the heat from the Panhandle Pirates, Young HD, and Jay Haynes. Plus, we're bringing you Got Bars, where the illest artists step up, spit their best, and battle it out for a crazy prize package and a slot at our next show. Who's hungry? Shop with dope vendors, vibe to live music from the incredible Simone French, and come catch a whole vibe with the city. Downtown Mobile, 4 North Cedar Street, Saturday, August 23rd. Show up early and stay late. Woo! Let's see. What is it like kind of establishing where you're going to park at an event?
So you get there and you'll find the event coordinator. But beforehand they'll have told you they want you to come
Yes.
and asked you. And then typically if they ask me to show up, I try to gauge what the number of people they're going to have is.
Right.
And then you kind of just have to go. You're at their mercy. Hopefully they put you in a good spot.
Right.
I've been in places where they stuck me in a back corner and no one could see me. So that's don't want to do that again.
Right. Yeah, you try to figure out beforehand, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's and do you only serve in Mobile for the most part?
I'm mostly in Baldwin County.
Baldwin County. Gotcha.
Yep.
Right, Daphne area. Yeah, yeah, yeah.
So I pretty much do a lot of Daphne, Fairhope, and Spanish Fort.
Gotcha. And yeah, that's from what I've heard, that's kind of a elevated area in terms of finances. Do you notice that in selling product that people are more willing to purchase?
Yeah, I haven't had like any issues with the price. I try to keep my prices lower
Right.
just because I feel like I don't want to lose too many customers by because I don't have well one I don't have a huge overhead. A food truck isn't like having a restaurant where
Yes.
you have to squeeze every penny out of everything.
Right.
So I try to keep my prices a little bit lower than the competition too,
Yeah.
just so people aren't upset with what they're paying and stuff. So
Right.
I personally haven't had to complain about my prices yet.
How do you organize a food truck in an efficient manner?
So that was the tough part is because you're in such a limited space, you can't just say, oh, this table's for this. You have to use every like square inch
Right.
of space. And so I'd move things around, try different appliances.
Right.
That wouldn't work, so I'd reshuffle everything. So I've moved everything on the food truck probably at least once.
Right. For sure. What's kind of been like the optimum setup so that you can like walk to the right thing and walk back in an efficient time?
Yeah, so pretty much I have all my appliances on one side, and then that way, like I have my workstation, then I have the oven and the fryer, and then I have like the hot case, and then my helper can work the window and then handle just the fryer and hot case.
Gotcha.
And then I'm kind of just doing all the sliders and wraps and grilled cheese and stuff like that.
Gotcha, man. Yeah, we once had somebody on here that we asked, was it tougher being a astronaut or a waiter? And because people underestimate, obviously an astronaut, but people underestimate how much a waiter is just like burned focus wise.
Yeah.
Do you think it's tougher being a restaurant waiter or a food truck server? And why?
Well, I haven't been a waiter, so
Okay.
I'm going to get offended waiters. But just because when you're a food truck, you do kind of everything. You have to do the cooking. You have to handle the money. If there's a problem with the computer, you got to fix that.
Yeah.
You got to do all the prep work before the event. You have to cook all the food before stuff happens.
Right.
So
Yeah, that makes sense. That makes sense. You are your own entity.
exactly. So you kind of and then
Do you have
You're-
an LLC?
yes, yeah, I'm an LLC. That was the way to go because then you're limited liability for everything.
Yeah. Have there been ways when it's come in clutch?
Hasn't come up yet, luckily. But you still got to get all the insurance and stuff like that, like a company.
Right.
And so yeah, like different. That's one thing that's kind of tough is every city has a different set of ordinances you got to follow.
Yeah.
Every HOA requires a different set of things that you got to show them to let you come on their property.
Yeah.
So it's kind of difficult getting started because everything is new.
Yeah. Have you noticed that you've driven more carefully now that you've added pasta to the pedal, maybe?
Yeah, I haven't because I'm a licensed commercial driver.
Type
So
shit.
I've driven semi trucks, I've driven propane trucks. So
Yeah.
to me, like I just drive the speed limit all the time, pretty much.
Yeah. That's smart. Do you drive differently with? I guess you already answered, but like with different cargo, like
Well, you have to strap everything down in a food truck
right.
because if you forget
yeah.
one thing, it's going to fly from one end of the trailer to the other. So that's one thing that's tough.
A
And you got-
flying burrito for real.
Yeah, well, expensive equipment.
Yeah.
My fire extinguisher's flown around a lot.
Yeah. So you've got a fire extinguisher in the food? Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's cool. And that probably just comes second nature off.
Yeah, like that's. Well, then you have to get this expensive. you
With
have
that fire extinguisher like this after 10
I
years.
got California style fire extinguisher,
That's funny. That's really
But
funny.
yeah, like you have to get a full commercial fire suppression system in your food truck,
Right.
and was an unforeseen expense that I had to come up with.
What was that again?
You have to have basically like all the same safety regulations for a commercial kitchen have to be inside of my 12-foot trailer.
Wow.
So I had to get this $5,000 fire suppression system installed.
How'd you install a box window?
So a lot of the food trucks come with it. So
Right. But like, yeah, is there just a food truck dealer that
actually there is, yeah. Like I
carving
got
out?
mine out of Tampa, and
He's just-
got a hold of them, and they ask what you want in it, and they just build it to your specs.
That's great, man.
Yeah, it was really easy. I mean,
You remember what they were called?
I really think it's something easy like Food Truck USA or something.
Wow.
Yeah, I mean they had it done in a week.
Damn.
I got a hold of them, and they said we have a white one and a yellow one. What you want? I said, what? I want a yellow one. That was what I already
Got the
wanted.
vibe.
Yeah, exactly.
That's terrific.
I'd already come with the food truck. I said, yellow one, put it on me. And then,
Fuck yeah.
yeah, in like a week, a week or two, they said, all right, it's ready. Come on down. So
How much are they selling those for?
I got mine for 25,000.
25K.
So like compared to a restaurant, it's a lot easier price range.
Yeah. Wow. Yeah, I love business like that, man.
Yeah, so that's why I did it because
You drove it
yeah.
all the way from Tampa?
yeah, that was a long drive because it was
Yeah.
not, my truck isn't really rated for that, so I was going like 50 the whole way.
Wow, yeah, that's like 11 hours.
Yeah, it was about 10 or 11 hours.
I did a U-Haul drive from Tampa
Okay.
about a couple months ago. Yeah, it's probably the same as driving, but you can drive a food truck slower than a U-Haul.
Yeah, I was just like, go around.
Yeah.
Luckily, Florida drivers are really nice.
Are you being sarcastic?
Yeah,
or
I'm
nice?
being very sarcastic.
Yeah, it's a bunch of old guys.
Yeah,
They don't got time to wait for broccoli.
exactly.
Have there been any bold moves that you've made that looking back, you're like, wow, I can't believe like that worked out with the food truck?
I mean, just really all of it. Moving
Yeah.
across country, starting a business,
Right. For sure. Were there any bold moves in the firefighting industry?
every day.
Every day.
Yeah.
Wow, man. What do you think is scarier, being a firefighter or a police officer?
Probably honestly, a police officer.
When I was a kid, I wanted to be a firefighter.
Yeah, it's best job ever.
Sarcastic? Or?
No, it's best job
Yeah,
ever, man.
yeah.
Yeah, I tell everyone like, great job.
Yeah.
A lot of fun. You work with great people. Everyone's like the most motivated, funny person you know.
Do
That was
you
like some of my best memories because like when you're a wildland firefighter, you get tasked out with the same 5 engines as a strike team, and you'll just travel all over the state together. So you just spend like 2 weeks with like all these awesome people, fighting fires and then getting dinner and hanging out and stuff.
wait? So you're what is it called again?
It's called the strike team.
Strike.
So when there's like a wildland fire,
Right.
typically we're talking fires that have like tens of thousands of acres on fire.
Right.
And so they'll send out what's called a strike team, which is 5 engines, all from the same agency, from
Right.
the same unit. And so you'll go with five engines. Each one has 3 firefighters on it, and then you'll just travel all over the state wherever you
Just
need to go.
wiping out fires.
Exactly,
GTA style.
Yeah, you'll go to one fire, maybe a day or two, put it out. You'll be on your way back to
A day or two.
sometimes if you're lucky.
Is that the typical procedure for a fire? Is you kind of
Yeah, well,
treat it like a project?
yeah, exactly. You'll get like work assignments every day, and depending on what the fire's doing.
Damn.
So you just get like a work assignment, and then it's like, okay, we're gonna plumb in this line. We got a dozer brake. Cut the dozer brake will just like be a bulldozer that cuts like a 4-foot wide swath, and then you'll do a hose lay
Right.
in with it to kind of put all the fire out, or different stuff. Or if it's like ripping through there like a structure protection,
Right.
then it's called initial attack, and you'll just go house to house, saving as many houses as you can.
Damn. Wow. And do most fires start in a house or in the wilderness?
Well, just about all wildland firefighters, unless it's like lightning, all wildland fires start with like a human contact, either like a tractor. I mean, like I said, it could
Right.
be anything. It could be a power line down, a car accident,
Yeah.
a house on fire. So it could be anything.
Yeah. Do you think a fire that wasn't touched could how far do you think a fire could wipe out if it started in Cali and nobody touched it?
It would go until the terrain and fuel and weather all like changed or ended.
Right.
So like probably Nevada.
Nevada, yeah. Damn, dude. I'm just wondering, like, if humans weren't here, but still had all the product that we left on Earth, like electric lines and all that, like, would that be enough to like turn the Earth on fire?
There would definitely be a lot of fires, but a lot of it has to do with like here we don't get big wildland fires.
Yeah,
Compared to California because it's so humid, so all the fuel is moist and damp.
yeah,
Whereas out there, like in the summertime, we're talking single digit humidity, and so the fuel is just ready to go like that.
yeah.
Like I've seen fires where you'll watch an Emberland, and within 30 seconds, it's already running up a tree.
Jeez. Yeah.
But you'll get like it's a lot of fun though.
Right.
When you get like a good fire that's doing a lot of work, and you can just go direct on it with your hose, and you're just walking up, putting it out as you go.
Right. I feel like a bad man. Just
Yeah, you walk like we carry a couple 100 feet on our back, and just keep plumbing it in
right.
and putting out more and more fire. And you got a good crew, so it's a
Yeah.
good flow.
Yeah. Yeah. Do you read?
Yeah.
Yeah. Do you think that helps your focus? Reading a lot.
I don't know. I don't read a lot of trade stuff. I don't read as much as I should. I'm more of a history buff. So like a lot of the stuff right now, I'm just reading like the frontier history of Alabama.
Interesting.
So I like nonfiction mainly.
Wow. And what have you learned from that?
Just a lot of it is like they're covering right now. It's about like the Creeks and the native tribes and how it was a lot more integrated. We think of it's all like natives versus settlers. When in reality, like they were very intermingled. So like the natives weren't exactly all native, and the settlers weren't exactly all settlers.
Mm.
So I thought that was really interesting. Something I never would have known.
Yeah, man. Mixing.
Like William Weatherford was one of the leaders of the Red Sticks. He eventually become Red Eagle, and like that's obviously not a very Native American name,
Right.
because like his father was Scottish, I think, and then his mother was Native. So
Right.
then it's like he still led the tribe against the settlers and stuff like that. So
Yeah.
really cool stuff.
Mixing tacos and hamburgers.
I think is what it was.
Yeah.
I think it was the War of the Taco.
What is your favorite type of food?
I always love Italian. Like you can't go wrong with pasta.
Can't go wrong.
Yeah. I haven't figured out a way to do it on food truck. Maybe I can wrap it all up in a wrap or something,
Yeah, but seriously, is there anything that you've kind of thought of? Maybe you don't want to say it on the podcast, that you've thought of that would change the food truck game.
So I kind of I try anything I think of.
Right.
I'll try it at least once, and sometimes it just doesn't work. It's just not as popular as you think.
Can you give me an example?
I just tried parfaits.
Parfaits, what's that?
It's like yogurt with
Yes.
like fruit, with more yogurt, with
Yeah.
granola, with fruit.
Yeah.
And
I used to sneakily add that to the Chick-fil-A order on track
yeah.
meets.
So I was like, I thought it would do pretty good because it's summertime, it's hot, but
Yeah.
I don't think I sold more than one.
Really?
So it's just things like that. Where
You think people just weren't conceptualizing that a food truck would sell a parfait?
I think so.
Yeah.
I think when they're eating at a food truck, they're not necessarily going for something healthy. Like they don't want like, I want this
Yeah.
yogurt. Like
Yeah,
they're like, I just want some fries. Like
It's their cheat meal.
It's 100 degrees and I haven't had a few beers. I need some fries.
Yeah. Fucking parfait. What do you
Exactly.
want me to do? Yoga?
Yeah.
Yeah. It's interesting in marketing how it's like the simpler option, marketing anything, any product, marketing yourself or a sport or anything. Like the simpler the product is, the more people want it because it's easier to think about. Food truck, cheap meal, $5, out of here.
Yeah, especially if you've never eaten somewhere before, I think. Like a food truck, that's the kind of the hard part is it's hard to get repeat customers because you're always in
Different
a different spot,
Have you had anybody trail your trailer?
I've definitely had a lot of people come back and like say, I'm back here because you're here.
Yeah, that's good. Like they're looking at the lineup, they're like, no, not the music lineup, the food truck lineup. I gotta see if the vibes
I
here.
added grilled cheese to the menu, and
Stop playing.
it's super popular.
Yeah. What do you think that is? Grilled cheese on a
Everyone knows grilled cheese is good. It's hard to mess that up.
Hard
So
to mess it up.
I use pimento
That thing
and
fire.
pepper jack. Yeah.
Yeah.
So I try to do like California, Alabama style food.
Okay.
So I try to mix them like I do what's
Calabama.
Exactly. I do what's called a Calabama burrito, which
Yeah.
is French fries, Kaneka, pico, and white sauce.
French fries, Kaneko, pico. Kaneka sausage?
Yeah.
Damn.
Dice it up, put it in there.
Yeah.
It's pretty popular.
Yeah.
People like it.
Do you implement yellow mustard with the yellow truck at all?
I haven't really, just because there's so many other sauces to use.
Yes. What's your favorite sauce?
I always can't go. You can't go wrong with a sweet and spicy barbecue sauce.
Mm-hmm. I think barbecue sauce has a bunch of sugar, though, is what I found recently.
Yeah, it does.
Yeah, I didn't realize that, and now it makes sense why I used to like it so much.
Everything has sugar in it.
Everything. What are other things that you've learned about food since initiating the food truck business?
If it sounds good, it probably is good.
So do you emphasize the way your items sound?
Yeah, I'm just never afraid to try something new, and like the one of my best sellers is a chicken bacon ranch wrap,
Right.
and I just kind of thought of that and like was like, hey, that sounds good. It's everything people would like, and it's one of my best sellers.
Yes. Let's see. I'm a terrible podcaster.
Okay.
I should have looked at the menu beforehand. I really apologize for that. But I also appreciate you showing up promptly. Let's see.
Well, being in the military and firefighting, you're on time.
How early do you wake up every day?
About 6.
6 every day? Yeah. And are you food trucking full time, or is this a side gig?
Right now it's a side thing.
Right.
I'm trying to make this my full-time thing.
Yes. And what steps are you going to make to do that?
Just keep finding permanent. I want to find a good permanent location. That's the goal, is to find 2 or 3 spots a week that I can just be permanently there.
Do you have to rent?
Most people won't pay to rent in the food truck industry just because it's like,
You lose.
yeah, you don't know what you're going to get when you commit to something.
Right.
So like, there's a lot of events that will say, okay, if you give us, $100, we'll let you come to this thing. But most food trucks are going to say, well, how do I know I'm going to even make $100? Because, there's been, usually that's the thing, is like people will upsell. They'll say, oh, I'm going to have 500 people here. And then it's like 30.
Oh, dude.
It's like 30 people. And then there's 2 other food trucks. And it's like,
It's terrible.
exactly. Yeah. Or they stick you in a spot where nobody can see you. So it's
Right.
like, yeah, and I know a lot of people just have a general rule where they won't pay, to be in a spot because like, well, I don't know what I'm going to make, so
Right.
I'm not going to pay to set up when I might lose money.
What's your best route to buying product?
You gotta shop around.
Yeah.
I usually stick to Sam's Club and then get some stuff at Walmart.
Yeah. And then, like, how do you schedule that throughout the week to keep it frozen cold?
Well, so you have to have a commissary as a food truck. So
Commissary.
Commissary. You have to have a permanent licensed kitchen to work out of. So which means you have to have, obviously you have to have a fridge. You have to have
Right.
stuff to, a way to clean your dishes. So
Yeah.
like I rent space in the VFW, the Veterans of Foreign Wars, because I'm a member there.
Gotcha.
So they let me rent space there.
That's where you bring your stuff.
Exactly. So my trailer gets parked there. All my food goes into the fridge inside.
Gotcha.
And then I wash all my dishes inside.
And where's that? That's in Daphne?
Fairhope.
Fairhope. Cool. And then you just pit stop on the way.
Exactly.
Grab the truck
The
up.
food truck's there already.
Right.
So like I just go there and pick up my trailer, load it up, and
Nice.
then head on out to wherever I'm going.
That must be so exciting.
Yeah, it's cool. It's a lot of work, but it's a lot of fun. Like
Yeah.
you make your own hours, you work when you want. Like
How old are you, if you don't mind me asking?
I'm 41.
That's terrific. That's terrific. I mean, you're living a dream.
Yeah.
You're 40 and you're doing as you please.
Yep.
That's awesome, man.
I like to say I'm semi-retired.
Yeah. To have a passion that makes you money is definitely the dream.
Yeah, it's the easiest way to make money I've ever done. Like I said, I've done a lot of blue collar jobs.
Would you advise it to anybody?
Not to everybody, but
You got to be focused.
I would say
man.
a lot of people. It's great. Like I said, it's a super easy way to get into a business.
Yeah.
And even if you maybe don't see yourself being a food truck owner in 10 or 20 years,
Right.
it's a good way to have a business, get used to having an LLC. That way you can you're playing with less money, so it's and less headache, not having a lot of payroll with
Right.
7 or 8 employees, so you get to learn how to do the taxes by yourself because you got to do taxes every month. So you got to learn how to do your taxes.
And how do you typically do them?
So Alabama makes it really easy. They just have their website. You just go on and it's kind of idiot proof. You just plug in how much you make in each district that you're licensed to work in, and then they just bill your account.
And Alabama just trusts you?
I hope so.
Right. But that seems like fishy if you're.
I mean, really, that's all business. It doesn't matter if you're reporting to the IRS or Alabama. Now, if it looks weird, then they're going to come and look at you.
Right.
But as long as you just show you're making the money and you pay your taxes,
Right. Theoretically.
yeah.
Is it easy to budge the numbers, put 10,000 less than you actually make? Theoretically, not saying that you do it.
Yeah, but in Alabama though, the taxes are so low for me coming from California. I'm like, this is fine.
Right.
I'll punch in the numbers and be like, cool, I owe $40 for Daphne this month, and then $20 in Fairhope. So it's
Right.
like stuff like that because I'm not making a ton of money, so it's not a lot going out to the state.
Do you have to pay? Did you have to pay taxes as a firefighter?
Oh yeah, you got to pay just your income tax, but
That's bullshit.
you make a lot of overtime, so you pay a lot more taxes every year.
What's the point of doing overtime if you're gonna have to
Yeah,
pay more
you'll be
tax?
like, man, I worked 2 weeks straight, and then you'll be like, I didn't get 2 weeks straight.
Right, I got a week.
Yeah.
Damn. What are you doing now as a full time?
I don't have a full time because I'm doing the food truck, so I kind of do full time between two things. So I do the food truck, and then I work for the Baldwin County Board of Education, as like a sub,
Nice.
substitute teacher. Because like that was what when I got out of the Army, I knew I either wanted to be a teacher or a firefighter.
Right.
And Fire Academy just accepted me first.
Yeah.
And then like a week after I agreed to go to Fire Academy, the college called and said, "Hey, we'll take you for your teaching license." I said, "I'm already enrolled in firefighting."
Oh wow. But at least you're back into it.
Oh yeah.
Are you teaching history?
I teach whatever. I'm a sub,
Yeah.
so like I go wherever they need me.
And interesting. That's really awesome that you're a substitute teacher. In my recollection, I was an annoying student, and I pissed off a lot of substitute teachers, and I'm sorry for that.
Okay.
And,
Apology may be accepted.
and it's from a student's perspective, I did always kind of respect the gumption that a substitute teacher would come and again, this is a terrible way to think, but it's like, all right, this guy thinks he's got what it takes to calm us down. What are some practices that you implement that would calm down a class of rowdy juveniles?
I use what's called the command voice. So it's what you use when you're a sergeant in the Army.
Can we get an example?
You might have to take your headphones off for a second. It might be loud. So like I was subbing.
Yeah, hold up. Let's see.
Yeah, so I was subbing like middle school PE one day, and middle school boys are like the worst.
Yeah.
So I was like, hey guys, take a seat. I gotta take a roll, and they're just getting up, moving around. I was like, hey, y'all know how you're supposed to be acting. You're supposed to sit down every day. Ain't nothing changed. And they're just like, yes sir. Like I was like, yeah, sit down.
Damn, yeah, that'll get people in line. How do you develop a command voice?
You have to yell out a lot of privates.
Yell at the privates?
Yeah, because like you're responsible for when you're a sergeant, you're responsible for a bunch of new kids that are just in the military,
Right.
still new to the Army. So you have to.
Interesting. I never thought about it like that, where it's like the sergeants are tested like the privates in a different way.
Yeah. So you start out, everyone comes in as a private, and then you just kind of gain enough knowledge, and then you go to a promotion board where they test your knowledge, make sure you know what you're doing, make sure like you can speak confidently in front of like the sergeant major and stuff like that, and the first sergeants. And then if you pass, they promote you to a non-commissioned officer.
Wow. After how long do you go from private to sergeant?
It depends on your job because some jobs like they need NCOs. Like I was in the infantry,
Right.
So like you can make sergeant, and if you're really high speed, like you make sergeant in 2 years in the infantry.
Did you have some fun memories as a private?
No, not as a private.
Really?
No,
Those are terrible days?
Yeah, pretty bad.
That's 2 years.
Yeah,
Damn.
yeah. It was longer than 2 years as a. Well, you start. Well, then you keep. Then you're private first class. Then you're a specialist, and then I was a corporal for a while.
Yeah.
Being a junior enlisted is just tough.
Right.
Like you're not really a professional at that point, so you don't get treated like one. Whereas when you're an NCO, hopefully, your senior NCOs, they're not. They know that hopefully at some point they're not going to have to talk down to you and yell at you. They're just gonna be like, "Hey, Sergeant, you didn't do this," and you're like, "Oh, I'll fix it. Roger that."
Right. Damn. Is it kind of like? Nah, that's a bad way to put it. Why do you think you were like? What are some cool memories that you made when you became an officer?
It was a lot about the life lessons and stuff like that. Learning because everybody's got a different leadership style. Like I think some people try to behave just how they see somebody else behave, and you got to find your own. some people are really strict. They just got to be strict. And
It's cool how it's like that in the army, where it's like in music you got originality succeeds food truck originality, even in the army.
yeah, I've always been just a really chill guy. So I treated, as long as you were doing your job, I'm not going to yell at you.
Yeah,
I'm not going to scream at you. I'm just going to be like, hey, man, like, and if you're usually good, usually doing the right thing, and then you make a mistake,
Yeah.
I'm going to be like, hey, man, you do better.
Yeah.
And they're like, oh, Roger Sargent, because they know like I crush them if I wanted to. But,
Yeah.
if you're doing the right thing, I'm not going to get up in your business.
yeah. What
So
are
that's kind of like how I was, same thing as when I was a senior firefighter.
Right.
After I've been doing it for a while, and you start being like the senior firefighter, so you have the other younger guys look to you.
Yeah.
So same thing. Like I've tried to be more of a mentor
for sure?
than a boss.
For sure, for sure. Yeah, I'd love to hear some leadership anecdotes. Anything that you've learned along the way in leadership that, and maybe a story that goes along with it, if you got anything like that.
I'm thinking.
Yeah, take your time, please.
It's
I understand.
16 years of leadership stuff, so it's kind of
Right.
like a lot to think about.
Yes.
I don't know. I try. If you ever become a leader or a boss, try to remember how you were treated
Right.
and how you would have liked to be treated.
Yes.
And then you always have to find out. Like you have to know who you're in charge of.
Yeah.
Some people respond differently to different things, so I would try to find out like some punishments. Some privates that I had, they didn't care. They'd be like, "Oh, I'll do all push-ups in the world." Like, so I would be like, "All right, you can write an essay then."
Right.
And they're like, "Please make me do push-ups."
Right.
You can write me a 1,000-word essay about why what you did was wrong. And then other soldiers, they hated,
Right.
doing push-ups. So I'd be like, "Do push-ups,"
Right. Right.
And then so, like I said, just try to remember where you came from.
I love how you just contradicted like how they would have wanted to be treated.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, like I said, you shouldn't have to punish everybody all the time,
Sure.
but sometimes you do.
Yeah.
Some people they don't want to be led, they don't want to learn.
Right. Would you say one of the tougher parts of being a leader is being a leader when you're tired, or like considering the right thing to do and
Absolutely.
doing the right thing to do, or doing the right thing when you're tired?
Absolutely, yeah. And
That's something I struggle with for sure, man.
Yeah, you gotta you always gotta put on your best face. Like you can't have a bad day as a leader.
Man.
You can't let anybody we always say fake it till you make it.
Right.
So like even if like when we're doing PT and stuff like that,
Yeah.
doesn't matter if I'm dying, like I'm not gonna let you see it.
What are some practices is it just fortitude?
Just put your game face on. Like we used to do I used to make my guys do body armor runs.
Body
We put on
armor.
our body armor and we go run like
How heavy was the body armor?
it was the IBA, so I want to say it was probably like 20-something pounds.
That's something.
And so, I'd put gas masks on with our body armor, and we'd go running and stuff like that. And then
How long are you running for?
with body armor, like only 3 miles probably.
Right.
Because like there's days in the army you'll run like 5 or 6,
Yeah.
But like again, I was infantry, so like physical fitness is like one of the top things.
It has to be.
Like you're not in you're not always in a vehicle. You're always gonna be carrying heavy gear, and you're always gonna be like going till your dog tired.
Yeah. If y'all were golfing, that would just be something to watch.
Exactly,
man.
yeah. But
Y'all,
same thing wildland firefighting.
Right.
Like you just got to be hiking. Like
Yeah.
you'll be, 2 a.m. You're still doing a hose lay.
Yeah. What are some secrets about being a firefighter that aren't too secretive that you can't say them, but like stuff that people don't directly assume from firefighting?
Just everyone's got a good attitude. Like no one comes to work in a bad mood. And like I said,
It's always lit.
your attitude's contagious.
Yeah.
So always be in a good mood. You always have the mindset of if it needs to be done, I'm going to do it. Like you see a hose that needs to be rolled up, you're just going to do it.
Yeah.
You see something in the station needs to be clean, you just do it.
Just do it.
Yeah. You see, if you know something on the engine needs to be restocked, you just fix it.
Y'all need a Nike sponsorship.
Yeah.
Where do you see the food truck in 5 years? What are the plans?
5 years, hopefully I've got a few spots lined out, and then we'll see if I'd like to maybe upgrade to like an actual truck.
Mm-hmm.
Right now it's just like a trailer.
Yeah.
More space would be great. I could work, do more work on a bigger space.
Yeah.
More people, more staff.
Is it tougher in the winter seasons?
No, summer's the worst because that AC does not keep up with all the equipment.
Gotcha.
'Cause they're-
So you end up losing product in the summer.
No, you don't lose product because it's all refrigerated and like you keep
Gotcha.
it. But it's like 110 in there.
But in terms of like customer demand, is it the same in the winter? I guess in Alabama it doesn't get that
Yeah,
cold.
it's not that cold, so I haven't had a
Right.
bad winter yet.
Right.
In the summer, I think we just kind of because I usually stick to like the festivals and music stuff, or it's at a brewery where it's inside anyway. Like a lot of my events are inside events, so like I haven't had.
You bring. How do you transport the food truck stuff?
I'll usually
inside?
be set up like right outside,
Okay.
and then they just go inside the air conditioning and eat.
Yeah. Gotcha. That's cool. They save like 2 parking spots in front of the venue to
Yep.
food truck.
Yeah, give me a couple parking spots and
Yeah.
just set up and start selling.
Nice, man. Nice. How were you able to make connections?
Just go. Well,
Like, how long did it take to build a name as the vibe?
probably at least the first year was just getting my name out there. Like
Yeah.
before I like even started working though, anytime I'd see a food truck posted up somewhere, I would just pull over and ask them like, "Hey, what's one thing I'm looking to get in the business? What's one thing that you wish you'd known before you bought this,
Right.
before you got into it?" And just try to get as much knowledge as I could.
Yeah.
And then once I got my food truck, it was just from there being like, "Oh, maybe I can go here," and then going in and shaking someone's hand and saying, "Hey, like I've got a food truck. Do you ever want them here?
What was the sales pitch like?
Do you want food here?"
Yeah.
That's pretty much it. Like, there's not too much to it, Like, usually people are pretty receptive to having a food truck.
Yeah.
Like, everyone wants food at their work.
It's a simple concept.
Exactly. So you don't have to reinvent the wheel. Just, do you want food here or not?
Yeah. Nice, man. I always want food. So
Yeah. And
I
it's always something different, which I think a lot of people like.
yeah.
If it's a food truck, it's something that you can't get anywhere else.
Yes. What do you mean by that? Sorry.
Well, because a lot of every food truck has a different operator, so it's going to be different style food,
Yeah.
It's going to be something different that
It's
probably is-
kind of a limited edition.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Yeah, you can only get it when the food truck's working.
Right.
It's not like Burger King or Subway where you can just go there and get the same
Yeah.
exact thing. It's like you can go there, and then usually, I think food truck owners are just more creative
Yeah.
because we have a lot more there's a lot more demand for us to be creative. We have a lot of competition.
Yeah.
We have to get a following for our food,
Yeah.
so we are pretty creative and we like to test boundaries.
Man, you'll get it to a point eventually where it's like the vibes in town. you
Yeah.
know?
Well, I even now people will say like I'll be in the grocery store. Some people say, "Hey, you're the vibe, right?" I'm like, "Oh, that's me."
You're the vibe guy.
I went to get my hair cut, and they're like, "Hey, the vibe's here."
That thing's. You definitely got something with the motto. I mean, it's eerily similar to Gulf Coast music, where it's like it's got the wave, the vibe, the vibes in town. You can't beat that.
Yeah, like I said, I just kind
Do you
of.
have merchandise yet?
I do. I've got some stickers and some T-shirts right now.
Well, what did the T-shirts say? Just
They just got the logo, the vibe.
yeah,
You can probably plug that into your when you do the editing.
yeah. Let's see. Is it online anywhere?
It would be it's just our logo, pretty much.
Gotcha. Let's see. Food.
Or I could send you it too if that's easier on your phone or text you.
I wish. Damn, sorry about that. I should have had a.
That's all good.
I
You
should've
can do
had the
editing.
logo.
Like that's.
Yeah, I wish I would have had this logo in the background the whole time. But it's
I'm trying to get away from the Calabama, honestly,
interesting.
because
right here.
yeah, that's the one. Yep. Yeah, because like the Calabama was actually kind of confusing to a lot of people.
Hey.
'Cause, like I started out going with like the food truck with like Calabama fusion food,
Right.
but then like it didn't work with a lot of like the way my food truck was set up. So I was kind of like, okay, like I'm just gonna be the vibe,
Yeah. Calabama burrito, is that the Kaneka?
Yep, that's the Kaneka and French
Kaneka?
fries one.
Yeah. Ice cream sandwich.
Mm-hmm.
That's a great menu, man. I'm really looking forward to trying it out. Where are you going to be next?
On Thursday, I'll be at the VFW in Fairhope, and then on Sunday,
Yes, yeah.
yep, I'll be set up there because they have a pool
Fair
tournament.
right.
They have at the VFW they have the pool tournament every Thursday night, so I'll be set
Gotcha.
up there, and then Saturday night I'll be at the brewery in Fairhope.
When are you going to be in Mobile next?
It'll be a while because I'm not even licensed over here yet.
You have to be licensed over
Every county.
In
Every county. That's the tough part of a food truck is every county you have to get a license.
How long does it take for a license?
They're pretty good, so it's usually like a week. But then it's like you got to pay the fee, you got to get set up for taxes, and then it's like if you don't know how much you're going to work, it's like, well, am I going to do all that work and then work one day in the next year? And it's like,
Yeah.
you didn't make any money because you did all the work and the taxes, and it's like, oh well, I only was there once, because there's been some areas like I got licensed in, and then I worked one day there the whole year, and I was like, well, it's not worth to keep my license just to work there one day a year.
That makes sense.
So I'm looking to go into Pensacola though.
Why?
They're supposed to be a really good food truck scene. I have friends who have food trucks, and they're like, "Oh, Pensacola, it's just there's more festivals, a bigger population that likes to come out, do that type of stuff." So,
but then it becomes like a stock, when everybody sees that Apple's doing well, everybody invests, and then the stock price drops.
Yeah,
it's a tough game to play. Well, you didn't need a license to come on here, so I really appreciate you for coming.
Thanks for having me.
And please, guys, check out Tyler in Fairhope this upcoming weekend.
Yep.
And stay tuned on the Instagram. He's going to start working on it and start making some TikTok dances in the food truck. Thank you, sir.
Appreciate it.
Yes, sir. Great handshake, by the way, as you would imagine.
Welcome to the Gulf Coast. Welcome to the Gulf Coast. Welcome to the Gulf Coast.